Hello, and welcome to a very different kind of video. This is the first time I've ever tried to do something like this. This, right here, below the camera, is the entirety of the original Pokemon base set. Now, with all of this talk of Pokemon celebrations and the big anniversary and all that, I thought this might be a fun thing to take a look at. So, yeah, here it is. This binder, as you can see, a number of years ago, maybe 7 or 8, I paid $24.99 for the entire base set, save for a couple cards that weren't in it, but I'll get to that as we arrive there. So, we open it up, and here, right at the beginning, is this wonderful display of old foils. Alakazam, Blastoise, Chansey, Charizard, Clefairy, Gyarados, Hitmonchan, Machamp, and Magneton. A few of them are actually shadowless. Actually, most of them are. Alakazam I still don't have shadowless, and Charizard, of course, I also don't have. This was one of the cards that was not included in the original binder. So I guess whoever owned this before me, they had the good sense to sell Charizard separately. But I've actually added a great deal to this binder in the way of shadowless cards in first edition, because most of them weren't. So even though you only see the shadowless cards at the front, there's actually, several cards behind that are a little bit less impressive. So I am... Again, this is my first time doing something like this. I have a weird setup. Hopefully I don't nudge the camera too much. This Machamp, of course, all base set Machamps were first edition, even if they weren't shadowless, which is weird. But this is a shadowless one, so it's still kind of impressive. But yeah, even the normal old shadow ones are also first edition. This one is, in fact, in Italian, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where that one came from. It might have just come with the binder. But anyway, moving right along. Page 2, Mewtwo, Nidoking, Ninetales, Poliwrath, Raichu, Venusaur, Zapdos, Beedrill, Dragonair. This Venusaur, I know for sure, did come with the binder, so there was one huge shadowless foil that came with it. That was awesome. Now then, Dugtrio, Electabuzz, Electrode, Pidgeotto, Arcanine, Charmeleon, Dugong, Dratini, Farfetch'd. We're getting into the uncommons here. This page... no, it's not quite entirely shadowless. This Dugtrio, though. Ah, well. But, first edition Electrode, first edition Electabuzz. This is also where I start picking up more first edition cards. Of course, they're more common than the foils. Growlithe, Haunter, Ivysaur, Jinx, Kadabra, Kakuna, Machoke, Magikarp, and Magmar. Tripping over my words here. This Magmar, this first edition Magmar, I have had this card for a very long time. And it always looked different to me, and I couldn't quite figure it out, but of course it is a shadowless base set card, which is why it looked different than the other ones at the time. But it's just something that I kept holding on to, and I guess it's a good thing I did. This Kakuna is in terrible shape. It has probably seen some sandbox play, but it's a first edition Kakuna, and I found it in a bargain bin somewhere, so until I get a nicer one that isn't all beaten up, I guess it'll have to do. Nidorino, Poliwhirl, Porygon, Raticate, Seal, Wartortle, Abra, Bulbasaur, and Caterpie. This entire page is actually borderless. Nice. And first edition Raticate. Solid. Charmander, Diglett, Doduo, Drowsy, Ghastly, Coughing, Machop, Magnemite, and Metapod. Another cool page of old Pokemon cards. We're getting more and more first editions as we get into the commons. Fun fact, the first Pokemon card I ever owned was a Diglett. In fact, it might even be in here. Diglett, do you, no. My original Diglett is not, in fact, in this binder. I have it somewhere. But it was definitely sat upon. It is terribly bent. So, Nidoran, Onix, Pidgey, Pikachu, Poliwag, Ponyta, Rattata, Sandshrew, and Squirtle. Now this Pikachu, it might be a common card, but of course it is Pikachu, and Pikachu being kind of the headliner Pokemon out there, it's valuable as a card. It's iconic, you could say, and there are a lot of weird versions of it if I can get my gloved hands into these sleeves. So we have the normal first edition Shadowless Pikachu. We have the Pikachu with red cheeks. You will notice that the cheeks are a bit of a different color. I have it Shadowless. This does exist in first edition, but I don't have one. We also have these weird E3 promo Pikachus. I have 2 of them. I don't know how they came to be, and I also don't really know how I came into possession of them. One of them, I think, was being used as a bookmark in, like, a comic book that I got at a second-hand store, so that was quite a find. I don't know about the second one, and here's just a normal old Pikachu. So every card, well, not every card, but a lot of them have their own stories, don't they? Then we have Starmie, Staryu, Tangela, Voltorb, Vulpix, Weedle, Clefairy Computer Search, and the Devolution Spray. Again, this is a card I've had for a very long time, first edition. Don't remember where I got it, but I've had it for a long time. Imposter Professor Oak, Item Finder, Lass, Pokemon Breeder, Pokemon Trader, Scoop Up, Super Energy Removal, Defender, Energy Retrieval. Now, the trainer cards, they do actually exist in Shadowless and Shadowed. They're just a lot more difficult to differentiate. I feel like this Item Finder is Shadowed, because it gets darker toward the bottom, whereas Imposter Oak and Lass do not. The Pokemon Trader as well, first edition, so this has to be Shadowless. But yeah, weird little things to look for. Full Heal, Maintenance, Plus Power, Pokemon Center, Pokemon Flute, Pokedex, Professor Oak, Revive, and Super Potion. The Pokedex, this is another one that I've had forever. Same story, I don't know how I actually got it, but I held on to it. First edition. Bill, Energy Removal, Gust of Wind, Potion, Switch, and then we get into the energies. The Double Colorless was another one that was not originally in this binder, but I've since picked up a couple, one even in first edition. That is really cool. I'm very happy to have that. First edition energies are really neat. And the last page, of course, is just a few more energies. I do have all of them in first edition. Huh, look at that. And there you go. That was a quick little page through the old base set of Pokemon. Again, because I'm going to be opening some more Pokemon celebrations real soon, I kind of thought that this was a nifty thing to go through, just as a little walk down memory lane. But anyway, if you enjoyed this little collection video, then please leave a like, a comment, subscribe, and I mean, I've got a lot of Pokemon cards, right? I'd be happy to make a few more of these in the future. So, yeah, till next time then, ta-ta!